Hi, BookTube and my fellow book nerds. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day and a wonderful week thus far. I know my week has been kind of crazy with school starting back up and work, and I haven't had as much time as reading as I've wanted, but that's okay because I'm hoping to change that soon. Today I decided I was going to complete the Pitch Perfect book tag, which was originally created by Sarah Ella, and I was tagged by her. So this one was going to be kind of fun, I think, considering I also love Pitch Perfect. I cannot wait for the second movie to come out, and I am a huge book nerd, so what better than Pitch Perfect and book nerd and books go together. So it took me a minute to compile my list and really decide on what books I wanted to choose for this. And I also decided I didn't feel like digging through all of my books to present them to show. So hopefully if you want to see them, you can just look them up on Goodreads. And on some of them I actually have just on my iPad, so I don't have the actual book form. But let's dive right in because this one is kind of hefty. So the first question for the Pitch Perfect book tag is, I saw the sign, a book or series you stopped reading when you realized it wasn't what you thought. This one took me a minute, but I decided to choose Vampire Diaries. Now, I actually read the first book before the show came out. And I started reading this or started watching the show, and I liked the show, but I didn't get into the first book. So I started to read the second book, and it was just horrible, and I couldn't do it, which is weird because I love L.J. Smith. So I actually gave my books away. That's how much I didn't like that series, and that's really bad for me. I don't give my books away. That's blasphemy. But yeah, so Vampire Diaries. Number 2, Since You've Been Gone, a book or series you had high expectations for but blew its chances with a disappointing ending. I think everyone can agree with this, but I'm definitely going to have to say the Divergent series. Allegiant was... Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it. If they change it in the movie, I would actually be okay with it. This will be the first time ever a book to movie adaptation change that I would be okay with. But yes. Don't get me wrong, I still love the series, but I'd be okay without the last book. Pretty much. Number 3, You're Gonna Miss Me When I'm Gone, a book or series you missed after you finished reading it. Now, I have a lot of series that I miss, period. But one that I've been really thinking about recently that I miss is the Forest of Hands and Tea series by Carrie Ryan. I actually love that series. If you haven't read it, I do recommend it. It is a post-apocalyptic world, not vampires, shame on me, zombies, and I didn't think I would like it, especially because it is zombies, but it isn't what you think, but it is a wonderful series. Yes, so that's my answer. Tea break! With my awesome book nerd mug. Number 4, Just the Way You Are, a book or series that's beautiful inside and out. This, for me, and which is going to be a lot, probably answer-wise, is The Deep End of the Sea and also The Collector Society by Heather Lyons. If you haven't read them, what are you doing? Stop watching this right now. Go buy the books or download them or whatever you have to do, but read them because you don't know what you're missing out on. And FYI, they are not YA. They're amazing though, and again, you need to read them. The covers are absolutely gorgeous. Heather Lyons is just amazing, and I love those books. Number 5, You Spin My Head Right Round, a book or series with such a great plot twist, it made your head spin. This one took me a minute to really think about because there aren't a lot of books that I read that really surprise me. Being a writer also and reading so many books, that I kind of can guess a lot of plot twists before they actually happen. But this book I didn't guess what was happening and what did happen, and I actually had to stop and go back and reread and say, did that really just happen? And that is The Shadow Society by Marie Wachowski, which I actually have right here, so I'll show that one. The Shadow Society. If you haven't read it, it is a wonderful book. So yeah, that's my answer, and I'm sticking to it. The next question, Don't You Forget About Me, a book or series that impacted you or moved you so deeply it's impossible to forget. Again, My answer for this one is going to have to be everything by Heather Lyons. I have been so obsessed with her. She writes such epic love stories that you fall in love. You are the character. You feel every single emotion that she is writing. And it's crazy. I love her so much, and I love everything by her. So, again, if you haven't heard of her or you haven't read anything by her, I do highly recommend it. Party in the USA, a book or series that had you so hooked you pulled an all-night reading just to finish it. Or I'm sorry, an all-night reading party just to finish it. For me, I have to admit, I do this a lot. I actually prefer reading at nighttime. During the day, I do like to read, but I like to do things during the day. So I pull all-nighters all the time. But something recently that I pulled an all-nighter on would have to be The Revenge of Seven by Pittacus Lore. That book. I actually think I need to do a review on that book and that series thus far. If you haven't read the series, The Lorien Legacies, it is a wonderful series. But that book. Next one. I've Got the Magic in Me. Favorite fantasy book or series? Again, this one was hard because I don't read a whole lot of high fantasy. I do like high fantasy, don't get me wrong, but most of the things I read aren't high fantasy. But I do have a lot that are coming out this year or that just came out this past year on my TBR that I really, really, really am excited to read. Something that I've already read, though, I would have to say would be all of the Tamara Pierce novels, specifically the Song of the Lioness Quartet and the Immortal series by her, which is something I read in middle school and high school, and then she still has series that are adding to this world that have been coming out as of recently. But she's an amazing, amazing author, and I loved those series. So yes, those series. Eternal Flame, a book or series you'll always love no matter what others say about it. For me, this would have to be everything by Rochelle Mead. I've been obsessed with Vampire Academy and everything by her prior to her being, or the movie coming out and it kind of getting a little bit big. And then a lot of people talking badly about it because of Twilight and everything to do with Twilight. But I was never really a huge Twilight fan. I've always loved Vampire Academy, and it's amazing. I don't care what anybody says. As well as the Bloodline spinoff and the Succubus / Georgina Kincaid series. If you haven't read them, again, I recommend them. Just a Dream, a book or series that stayed on your mind and in your dreams long after you finished reading. Again, I'm going to have to say everything by Heather Lyons. I'm not kidding you. I am obsessed with this woman. I actually left a review and told her I would read her grocery list. I will read anything that she writes. I do not care. I need more by this author. She is that amazing. And the second book of the Collector Society actually comes out February 26th. And I don't care what I'm doing that day. I'm doing nothing but reading that book. Even if I have to call off work, I will do it because that's how obsessed I am with her. Read Heather Lyons, please. She's amazing. And that concludes the Pitch Perfect book tag. I would like to thank Sarah Ella for tagging me because it was actually a really, really fun tag. I didn't think it would be easy, but it actually was. And I'm going to tag some people as well. I would like to tag City of YA Books, Sparks Reading, and that's all for now. If you would like to tag yourself, go on ahead because it was actually really fun. Or if you would like to be tagged, I will tag you as well so you can request to be tagged. But again, City of YA Books and Sparks Reading. Have fun with this book tag. I know I did. Thanks for watching, guys. Have happy reading.